So it's all about speed in today's sprint, not very many laps and no chance to get ahead on strategy. Who here today has the raw skill to take them to the top? Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's sprint. Real Deal lines up on pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Sainz, Perez, George Russell and Leclerc, Fernando Alonso, Norris, Bottas and Esteban Ocon, Gasly, Ricciardo, Yuki Tsunoda and Mick Schumacher, Vettel, Magnussen, Alex Albon and Lance Stroll, Joe and Nicholas Latifi. Which of these drivers will get pole position today?
Okay, we've been given a time penalty. It will go against our finishing time at the end of the race. Get your head down and let's get it done. DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. work out there. That was a strong drive and a great finish. Well done.
So let's see what effect this result has had on the drivers' standings. The Real Deal increases their championship lead. It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. And pulling further ahead in the standings, it's Red Bull. Well, that wraps up the sprint. All that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix. Welcome once again to the Autodromo Internazionale Enzo e Dino Ferrari. The clue's in the name. This is very much Ferrari home turf, and the locals will be out in force today to support their team in what we hope will be a magnificent spectacle of motorsport. On then to the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. One lap of Imola, anti-clockwise of course, unlike most Formula One circuits, will take our drivers round 3.1 miles of track. 19 turns, 9 right-handers and 10 to the left. Drivers will need to be precise at the hairpin at turn 7, given the subsequent uphill section. Without a good exit from that corner, they'll lose a lot of time on that stretch. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. The Real Deal lines up on pole position, and the smooth operator Carlos Sainz completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Hamilton, Charles Leclerc and Russell, Norris, Fernando Alonso, Ocon and Valtteri Bottas, Gasly, Mick Schumacher, Yuki Tsunoda and Vettel, Albon, Magnussen, Nicholas Latifi and Guan Yu Zhou. Stroll and Daniel Ricciardo fills the last spot on the grid. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today? It's race day yet again, and joining me for a chat is Anthony Davidson. And our racers are certainly in for a rough day today. What will you be watching out for as they head into turn 1?
Well, the start of the race is always one of the most nerve-wracking parts. You have to hope that everyone is able to get off to a clean start, and this is possibly the trickiest part of the entire race. So many drivers in such a small space, and finding your braking point into turn 1 as well. It's a testament to the driver's skill that there aren't more incidents.
Okay, this is Mark. I need you to stop cutting the corners. If you keep it up, the stewards are going to give you a penalty. Now use DRS. DRS now available. I'm afraid you've been given a time penalty for that last incident, mate. Okay, so the gap to the car behind is 12.1 seconds. Okay, this is your final lap of the race. fantastic. That is a brilliant, brilliant result. Well done.
It's a performance that our Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix winners can be justifiably proud of. And I'm sure there'll be celebrations tonight. And talk to me. What do you think it was that sealed the win for them?
Well, this was a real team victory. They put together a solid strategy today that appeared well suited to the conditions out on track. The driver did everything that was expected of them in the moment to really execute the team's plan to perfection. A shining example of how F1 really is a team sport.
Red Bull put up an outstanding fight for the front position today, and it's great to see it paid off for them. They do so much for the sports that you can't help but be delighted by today's race win. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Real Deal increases their championship lead. Let's focus on the driver of the day, Anthony Davidson. Who do you pick?
I have to give it to the Real Deal. There was a lot going on all down the field, but they were the only one who I really felt maximised their potential.
It's time to check out the Constructors' standings. And pulling further ahead in the standings, it's Red Bull. Meanwhile, AlphaTauri's strong weekend allows them to continue their march up the table. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action, and I can't wait to see what's next.